Hey guys, name's Timmy. Grew up in Southeast, kind of central Missouri. Uh, you know, typical boy. Parents are still married, two older sisters. Uh, got out of high school, joined the Air Force, did that for a couple years. I was a F-15E Strike Eagle mechanic. I ended up getting bonked in the head pretty hardcore by one of them. And got 8 or 9 different herniated discs in my neck and back, and 3 different pinched nerves in my neck. Uh, got out of that, and then I did a bunch of odd jobs, mostly mechanic jobs. Worked at Volvo dealership for a couple years, worked for a couple independent guys, worked for a Chevy dealership. I was tree climber for a couple of years. I built custom walk-in closets for a couple of years. On the side, though, I've always been hiking, rucking, working out real hardcore. Back in March-ish of 2023, I was in a March-ish, I don't remember. I had a really bad hiking accident, and I fell off like a 20, 30 foot tall ledge. Ended up breaking both of my knees really bad. The right knee, the ACL was completely torn apart, completely separated. The PCL was torn up. Both the inner and outer meniscuses both had numerous complex tears in them. The left was pretty much the same. It wasn't completely torn ACL, but it was still torn. The PCL was torn and infected by the time I got x-rays for it. And again, the inner and outer meniscuses were both really had really bad, numerous complex tears, is what the paperwork said. And after that, I still tried working for 6 or 9 months, and I ended up getting logo for my job because I kept falling off ladders, and my knees kept giving out, and I just couldn't do anything anymore, and I lost my job, and I ended up getting on state insurance, and I got my right knee replaced. Well, I had the ACL reconstructive surgery where they put a 3/8 drill bit through your femur and your tibia, then they drill out your old ACL and pull a new one in there and anchor it in, and cleaned up both meniscuses and cleaned up the PCL. I haven't had any work done to the left one yet, but that was in March of 2024. Later that year, I might be a year off, but later that year, November, yeah, no, it was. In March of 2025, I had my knee surgery. And then in October of 25, I got attacked by a group of dogs, and they knocked me over, and I got a bunch of puncture holes in my left arm, and got some holes in my neck, and one of the dogs hit me in the knees. It was like this giant black lab mixed dog. It hit me from like the 7 o'clock position, and it buckled both of my knees sideways. And it re-tore my new ACL in the right leg, and further tore the ACL in the left leg. Now here I am, June of 2026, waiting for a new set of knees. I think I'll be able to sign up and get them something worked out this winter, I hope. I don't know, we'll find out. But either way, now I'm on the VA. Of course, I'm still struggling a little bit to pay the bills and whatnot, but we're making do. I am starting a new journey in my life. I am found out that I absolutely love kayaking. Always been a huge canoeer, love canoeing, but it pretty much takes two people. At least I can't do a canoe on my own with my knees and neck the way they are. I can't pick it up and put it down. This one's on a lift. I really should get a metal lift for, or a motor lift for it. But I got a 55-pound kayak, and I can throw that thing around pretty well, more or less. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing nighttime kayak rides overnight with my night vision goggles. I've got one. I'm waiting to put it up right now. I got to do a little bit more editing to it and see how much I really like it. But I hope I'll have at least one new adventure every month. I plan on rebuilding the old truck and getting an overland trailer and being able to do this 4 seasons long. I'd like to go Yellowstone, kayak Yellowstone and Grand Canyon and, you know, all those big, beautiful places. And I bought the Ascend H10 because it can carry 400 pounds, which is more than enough for me and my gear. Again, with the overland trailer, I'll be able to keep my dog Sirloin in the trailer while I do the kayak, if I bring him. The nods that I use, I'm looking at buying a mission recorder right now. It's really hard to hold the phone and the night vision and record and kayak and move, and it's kind of tough, guys. You got to bear with me for a while. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at mission recorders, maybe even a whole nother eventually PVS 14 that I can mount a GoPro to and just put on like a gyroscope. I don't know if that's the right word I'm looking for. Some sort of mount on my kayak so I can just point you around, and I don't know. We'll see. Mission recorder is much, much, much cheaper. And I just use a cheap Amazon ballistic helmet, but I need to find a good lightweight helmet with the doesn't weigh 9 pounds. Self-censoring there, but it works. It does its job. I would not trust it as a ballistic helmet. I just call it my heavy-duty bump. But I need to find a nice lightweight bump helmet and shave a few pounds there. I've got the Nocturnal Industries Alpha mount on it. That thing is sweet. It's the UANVB Katanas, Gen 3 green phosphor. I don't have spec sheets for it, but I was claimed they had 2400 FOM range. Trying to record through my phone gives it absolutely no justice. I promise you that. But yeah, that's me, and welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm going to try and figure out a more clever name. I earned a nickname at my last boating adventure. In that group, I am the night vision guy, but I'm pretty sure there's already like companies with that name and stuff, so I don't think I can use that. But we'll see. Thanks for coming along, guys. I forgot to mention a few things. As a child, I was very, very accident prone. I can't even count how many times I had stitches in the back of my head in kindergarten up to like 6th grade. 6th grade, I got messed up a lot. I had a fence, the top of a fence go through my hand. That's where it came out. And it went in right there. And I got stuck hanging from a fence. Got a bunch of stitches on each side of my hand for that. After 6th grade, I was riding my bike down the street, and we were jumping off the curbs because they were like kind of little ramped curbs, and we were jumping off of them, and we were cruising, me and my two buddies, and Oh, excuse me. And on the very, of course, like the very last one possible, while I was in the air, my front bike tire fell off, and my forks hit the ground, and then my chest hit my handlebars, and my handlebars had those little side piece on them, like curved up, kinda. And one of those almost went all the way through my helmet, but the forks got stuck in the ground, and you could go see the scars in the asphalt for years after that. You could probably go still see it today. Probably not. It's been 25, 30 years now. But when I hit the ground, my braces got stuck in the asphalt, and it pulled my front teeth down 1/8 of an inch and pushed them into my head 1/16 of an inch, and pulled my bottom teeth down real hardcore. And I spent 6 or 8 years in braces and numerous different sets of headgear after that. And I used to bite on butter knives before I'd go on dates as a kid, and I'd straighten my teeth out, and I'd be able to make them all level. And yeah, but you know, there was that. I cut my nose off. I don't remember what grade or how old I was in then. But I was riding my bike down the street with my eyes closed and ran into the back of a car. And my face went through the tail light, and the tail light cut my nose right there. They talked about putting a prosthetic nose on me, allegedly. I don't remember any of this. But my mom wouldn't let that happen. I'm really upset about that. I think a prosthetic nose would be funny. But they ended up using dissolving stitches or something on the inside and taped up the outside of it, and now I have this big old nose. Cut my thumb off with a license plate one time, almost working on a buddy's car. Went to let the jack down, and I don't know, it was an old RX-7, and I don't know, it was half of a jack handle is what it was. And so my hands were right underneath the back bumper, and when I let it down, the license plate came down and choop, stuck my hand right here, and then my middle finger got stuck between the jack and the car, and my girlfriend at the time about passed out, and my buddy Mike and we just went inside, rinsed it off, and wrapped it up with paper towels and electric tape and kept working. And about 6 minutes later, my mom pulled up in the driveway and took me to the hospital, and I got a whole bunch of stitches, and they kept my thumb on, and yeah, I've been hurt a few times. Yeah. But yeah, now here I am. Limping, gimping, popping, cracking, locking up knees. As you can tell, I don't have great posture, but, you know, that's because my shit's all fucked up and it doesn't really like to go straight. It does when it... Ooh. But it hurts to sit like this. And, so we don't.